Hi everyone, it's Justina Cook here from Business Accelerator, and today, as part of our Business Accelerator interview series, I'm going to be talking to Debbie Milne from My Little Cake Studio. So Debbie's joined us on the Business Accelerator Mastermind, and it's been really interesting to see how her business is growing. So today I thought it'd be prime opportunity to find out more, and so everybody that's watching can also find out more about your fantastic cakes, which are totally amazing. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And so do you want to kick off by just telling us a little bit about your business, what it is?
Yeah, so I make cakes, predominantly wedding cakes now. I don't tend to do so many birthday or party cakes anymore because the wedding cakes are all consuming. It started a few years ago. It came from a hobby. I have been discovering skills that I never had, but I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
And it's just gradually grown, and I'm here today. And working with the Business Mastermind is part of that growth. You are setting me plans in the Mastermind, but I don't have a plan. I am just going with what is coming my way, which is an ethos I've always had. I tend to work on, if something comes my way, it must be the right thing to do or a wrong thing to do, but if it's wrong, I learn from it, which means it's been a positive in the end, and I continue. Yeah. But this seems to be a right thing to do because it's trying to give me focus, which is something I struggle with.
And structure, so you can ultimately grow your business, because that's what we want you to do, don't we? We want you to make it more profitable for you and get all your systems be easier and all that sort of thing as well, isn't it? So
that would be really important, because it's putting the systems in place, which I'm starting to get a grips on now, because I'm asking I'm transitioning at the moment from being a hobby and something I enjoy doing to looking at it more as a business, which is, it's very different. And I'm trying to keep the things I love about it, the positive points, I'm trying to keep them there, but at the same time have the business, but not encroach, not make it impersonal, because my business is all about being personal and having a relationship with the bride and groom for the period of time that I'm a part of their life and leading up to being a part of their wedding.
Yeah, because we can see some of your cakes in the background there. We're going to look at them in a minute and go into detail, because they are absolutely incredible. And I remember when I first saw your cakes close up, I couldn't believe that you actually made the flowers and everything on it. I thought they were, like stuck on, I don't know, like the fake flowers. I didn't actually think that they were all made from sugar. So they are absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
So let me just share the screen.
Okay.
And let's go through your cakes, and you can tell us a little bit about each one of your cakes.
Okay.
Hoping this is going to work okay. Here we go. Let me just get rid of my notes here. There we go. So this lovely blue cake.
Yes. That cake was made as a testament to what I do. I am actually doing the bride's cake next year, and it looks absolutely nothing like this because it doesn't go in with her wedding.
Okay.
But at the time when I was asking her, and at that time when she was right at the start of her wedding process, I wanted to pick ideas from her to see what I created. So for her, her and her fiance travel a lot.
Okay.
And their island, there is lace, which you won't be able to see until you get close up, but there is like edible lace along these
I can
cakes.
see it on my screen actually. I did spot that earlier. Yeah.
Well,
especially on the left-hand cake or the left-hand picture.
Yeah, picture. So I did try and turn it around a little bit, because from a distance it kind of looks like a velvet effect, or a very good lighting effect. But the lace is actually sort of a rough outline of the islands that they like to visit. And then when I looked at the venue they were looking at the time, and what I felt her dress would look like, I literally put her wedding together on a couple of things that she'd said to me. And this was the cake that I came up with, which she totally loved. But like with everything, and the reason that I leave the consultations with the brides a little bit later on in the process of their wedding journey is because her choices changed.
Yeah.
And this is what happens. And until the sort of wedding dress is bought, the venue's booked, the colour, their colour theme, they've started buying things for their colour theme, I don't tend to get involved until then, because there is no point in being involved before that.
Yeah, so all these flowers on here, you've
they're
made,
all sugar.
They're all sugar. You've actually sat there and made every single petal of those flowers.
Yes, incredible. So there's the hydrangeas and the rose, and there's some eucalyptus leaves.
Wow.
It's a beautiful cake, and I still have it because this is a what they would call a dummy cake or a show cake, a designer cake. It's what you'll see a lot of people take round to, or a lot of cake designers take to wedding fairs, which is so that you can see the sort of work that they can create. That they enjoy to create. And most wedding designers, unless they're sort of the designers that will copy a like-for-like cake that you've seen on the internet, that they will sort of give you an idea of, you end up having a bit of a signature, and my signature is texture. I tend to have texture on my cakes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So if I scroll across to the next one.
Oh,
don't tell me it's not going to do it now. Hold on. There we go. And the colours on these blue flowers are brilliant. Do you make the flowers and then paint them?
Yes, so they were made and then I coloured them, all with edible colour, colour powders. So it's all, everything is done by hand, and don't get me wrong, sometimes there are fails, but this one happened to work really well. And this one, I had no idea with this cake. This cake, it came from, I was left to my own devices, and I sort of came up with this. This one was actually done for a wedding photo shoot. So again, this was done for a specific reason. So the cakes that you're looking at the moment are ones that I've done when I've been left to my own devices, as such, and not necessarily tailor-made to a bride and groom's request. These are coming from me.
Brilliant. So I'll go on to the next one. This one, I know you mentioned the texture, but the texture on the bottom, it almost looks like feathers.
Yes, and that's exactly what it was supposed to look like.
Wow.
And I was really pleased with that. That bottom tier actually took 10 hours to do.
Incredible.
It's one of those jobs that you start doing, and when you see all the ruffles, when you see cake designers that put ruffles on the bottom of the cakes, it's one of those designs. They're very beautiful, but they are very time consuming.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that's outstanding. And that I mean, they just look totally real, those flowers.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're all sugar as well.
And this one, the lace one, now how on earth do you do the lace?
There is a product, an edible lace product. So
okay.
I wouldn't say it tastes the nicest, but you can eat it.
Okay.
That is an actual wedding cake. That was for a lovely couple. It was for their wedding, and her dress was straight across at the top of her chest, but then she had a raised lace layer.
Okay.
The lace at the top was to replicate the lace on her dress.
Wow.
It was a beautiful wedding, very natural and rustic. And the ring of flowers as well was the flowers. They're all sugar again, but they were to replicate the flowers that she was having in her bouquet.
Fantastic. And this one intrigues me. I know we've got a bigger picture of this one, but these are, how on earth do you get those petals so smooth? It looks incredible.
Yeah, they are they're massive petals, and it's a beautiful effect. And it was the first time I'd done that effect on a cake like this.
Yeah.
So there's sugar in the middle, and then as you come out, they just get bigger. But again, that was done for a photo shoot with a lady called Oba Willis, and she put this shoot together, and it was specifically made for that shoot.
Wow!
But it's if you wanted a bit of an alternative wedding, something more a bit like a winter wedding.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It'd be perfect for weddings for this time of year, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that was in a lovely stately home. Well, it's actually a school. Kimbolton School. Yeah.
Kimbolton School, was it?
Kimbolton School.
Kimbolton School. I mean, that's a beautiful school.
Oh, it is beautiful. And this was in one of the rooms there.
Wow.
Taken. But it's lovely.
Let's go on to the next one. Now we've got some pinks going on here and some slightly different texturing.
Yes, this again was the hydrangeas in pink.
Yeah.
I put this one together because everybody was seeing the hydrangeas in blue, but not in pink.
Yeah.
And I actually took this photograph was taken as a friend of mine, Mel, who has a bridal dress business, and she was having an open day.
Okay.
So I took these along with some macarons for people to try. So it sort of gave the whole day sort of a lovely wedding vibe.
I'm just going to say, in case anybody can hear a weird ticking on the recording, I do apologise. We haven't been able to eradicate it, so I'm hoping it's just my end and you can't hear it. But if you do, I'm sorry. So this next one. Now that top set, that's feathers again. I mean, you can see the feathers even more clearly, I think, on this one. Was this like, do you feel like when you're creating these things, like the more you do, the better you get at them?
This was actually the first one I did.
Was it?
Yeah, this was the first one I did.
Wow.
Again, this was done for a photo shoot. The same photo shoot. I did the blue right at the start of the blue cake. And it was a 1920s style cake.
Yeah.
But this one was actually taken. There was another tier on top of this, which was taken off. And this is actually sat on a cake swing in the middle of a teepee tent.
On a swing?
Yeah, on a cake swing.
Oh my God, wouldn't you be scared it would fall off?
No, because these again, another good friend, Nadine, and her, she does settings, she sets places up, and she also owns these teepee tents. And when they put things together, they are sturdy. So it was going nowhere, but it was very, very pretty.
Looks lovely. I really, really like that. And then this one. Have we seen this one before, or have I just seen that one before?
No, you have seen this one before. I sent you 3 photographs of the ones. This was all on that photo shoot.
Oh,
and this was the actual. So the reason I sent this one, because if you have a look, this was the photograph that was taken in situ, where you can see that they've used the designs. You can see where the designs come from.
Yes.
So it's a coral based design. So you've got the coral flower at the front, and then they've used these frames, and that's where the frame on the front of the cake.
Oh yes, of course.
So it's a picture of that.
Yeah.
And then they've got bark trees coming off, which I've also placed on the cake as well. So the cake. One of the things I say is the cake always encapsulates the wedding. So you take off ideas of what's around you, so that the cake stands out on its own merit, but complements what's around, surrounding it.
Yeah, love it. And that's the big one again. And that's another close-up of that one, isn't it?
That's that one, yes.
Yeah. Now this one I thought, oh, I love this.
Yeah.
I bet that took a long time to do with all those.
Yeah. Most of my cakes do take a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They are all time consuming, but hopefully, the results pay dividend, really.
Yeah.
This one was initially done for a Victorian wedding shoot, and this was actually at another location, Mapley Farm. That one was actually taken at,
Okay.
and I took it round because it was a big wedding fair going on. I actually took it round and placed the cake on that stand in different places and took photographs, and that one was actually like one of the best. I just thought it looked beautiful.
I love it. It fits in beautifully there, and again, all those flowers are handmade in sugar, edible, and the feathers are there as well, aren't they? And the little berries.
They're yes, they had peacock, not peacock, pheasant feathers. Yeah.
And I love that, the gold around the, I'm pointing at the screen, not everybody could see what I'm looking at, but the gold on the second tier. Yeah. And the stand totally complements it as well, doesn't it?
It is, and again, it's taking inspiration from everything around you and using it to create a picture, to create something of beauty. I mean, you can get wedding cakes, and you can just and there is nothing wrong with them either, to go to Marks and Spencer's and put 3 tiers up and put some flowers on, but you don't get this.
No.
So where you're looking at a picture and saying, oh my God, that is lovely, you'll get, it's nice, and then next one. And the wedding photograph is actually like one of the photographs that you put in an album, you actually have printed off. It's the one where you stood cutting the cake, etc. So I always think it's
such a big part of people's weddings as well, isn't it? I think it's worth spending extra time, thought and money on it, because it's a memory, isn't it?
Exactly, it is. And it's a memory that is put on paper as well as digitally. There are certain things that can be forgotten, but the cake cutting is one of the first things you do as a couple. When you're married, it's one of the first things you perform as a couple. So it is important, but it depends on how much importance you put on that.
Exactly.
But you can if you look through people's albums, the ones that really don't have a cake is the ones that you think, well, you probably haven't taken a picture of your cake because it wasn't really what you wanted, and sort of lets it down. But
and I went to my my friend's house a few weeks ago, and we went to her wedding, and they had a beautiful wedding at Warwick Castle, and she got her top tier in her, because she just had the house completely renovated, in the top cabinet in her kitchen, and of course it's got a beautiful light down onto it and everything else, and of course they keep, don't they? They
do.
This is the other point to it. It's another memory that you can actually keep, a physical thing that's not as big as a wedding dress or anything like that.
And the sugar flowers, they last for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom used to be a cake designer, and I went round to somebody she made a cake for, and 25, 30 years later, this lady still has the spray of flowers that my mom made her. So they can last a long time if sort of saved in the right conditions.
So it's in the genes then, this cake making business?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Fantastic. So this one, now you've got to tell me, these leaves you haven't made those leaves?
No, these are real flowers. This is a semi-naked cake.
Okay.
Semi-naked cakes generally tend to be accompanied by real flowers.
Okay.
So this was an actual wedding cake. That bottom tier, the one that looks like a wood, that's actually a chocolate cake.
Wow.
And then there's the 3 tiers on top, all different flavours. And Carol Ann had provided me with the flowers, which I then put together and place on the cake.
Wonderful. Love it.
So you become a bit of a floral designer at the same time.
And then this one, did you paint that scene on there?
I did, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
This was me investing in myself. This is a class that I took part in.
Okay.
Always wanting to improve my own skills to be able to offer. But I love this cake because I didn't think I could do it. And it was a case of I did do it, and I think I actually did a really good job of it. And it's I just love it, and I love it because I'm shocked at what I managed to create. And as I said, part of my journey of doing this business is also a self-discovery journey. and discovering that I've got skills that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
So I'm learning all the time.
Yeah, incredible work. I love it.
Thank you.
I'll just stop sharing, come back to us for a minute. So, how, if somebody wants to come to you for a wedding cake, what do they do? How do they contact you? What's the process?
A lot of people contact me through, they message me through Facebook, or they email me, or text, call, any of those sort of routes.
Is your new website up and running yet?
Yes, it is.
Yay!
Yes, it probably wouldn't be the best because I've done it myself, but it's, again, another skill that you add to your bow.
Exactly.
But I've got a website and it's up and running and it showcases a bit. It still needs stuff doing to it, but there is enough there for you to be able to contact me and get an idea of what I do.
Yeah.
And then it's a case of making sure the date is available. I don't take on many wedding cakes because at the moment I still work as well, part-time. I only take on, this is where I was saying I don't want to lose the enjoyment of cake design, because the cakes I make, they require a lot of thought, and it's not just, if you were to show me a picture of a cake and wanted an exact replica, I could do that, and that's fine. I wouldn't do it exactly because it's not fair to the cake maker who did design that. But it'd be more or less the same, and I don't have to put any thought into it. But the cakes I try, because I don't take on that many cakes, the cakes I do design, I want them to be special for that couple. Which does require a lot of design thought, and communication, and understanding, seeing a mood board, putting things together and saying, and then suddenly having this eureka moment and say, I've got it, I know. And by the time a lot of the brides, they have enough faith in me to sort of say, to let me run with it. And one bride, I actually changed the cake about 2 days before the wedding because I had she bless her, love her to pieces. She took a leap of faith because I said, I've had a different idea, but I think it will look better. And it did. It looked, I haven't given you that photograph, unfortunately. I should have put it on, but it was it had the Burge Hotel right at the front of the cake.
Okay.
And I was going to do it as the building, but then I changed and did the Burge, but I put flowers on it all the way down, painted, textured flowers all the way up it, and it looks beautiful.
Wow.
And that's where her now husband asked her to marry him.
Oh, I see. I was going to ask what the connection was there. I was thinking surely you weren't flying out to Dubai with a cake, but then I have said to you, haven't I? I think anything is possible with your business.
Oh, to be honest, I have cake friends that do get flown out to Dubai to make cakes for certain people. It's amazing. It's like a whole different world. So, which is another reason why I try and stay true to who I am, because I obviously have a certain signature, and I love the design. And as I said, I'm still learning. I'm not there yet. I don't feel like I've peaked. I still feel like I'm still walking up that ladder. And it's a fabulous journey.
So if there's anybody watching from Dubai or anywhere else that wants a cake making specifically by Debbie here, she would be more than happy to oblige, I'm sure. At the right price. So been fantastic seeing your cakes today. There's a lot more other things as well, isn't there, coming from you, or things that are bubbling up in the pipeline that we're sort of helping you look at in the mastermind.
You're expanding my fields.
Different ways you can take your skills and beautiful cakes out there to people. So if just keep a watch on what's going on with Debbie. Her website is mylittlecakestudio.co.uk. That's right, isn't it? It's not .com.
It's .com. Sorry.
Oh, it is .com. See, I'm getting confused with you and Katie. I muddled you two up. So mylittlecakestudio.com, and your Facebook page as well. is My Little Cake Studio, and on Instagram.
Yes, love Instagram, and that's again at My Little Cake Studio.
My Little Cake Studio. So
I love all the platforms, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we were just talking about, me and Danielle were talking about TikTok earlier. So,
I've heard of that one.
Oh yes, TikTok. That could be good for you. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, It's brilliant. Is there anything else you'd like to add or tell us about before we finish up?
Well, I know we're only at the start of the business mastermind, but really want to say a big thank you to you guys, because
thank you.
You've made me look at things, as I said, transitioning myself.
Yeah.
I have never questioned myself so much in my whole entire life, or tried to find the reason why I do the things that I do. And then, I mean, I know that I'm trouble. I know that you're telling me what's wrong with me, and I know I continue to do the same thing. And it really isn't anything against you. It's just the way I am. But I really wanted to say thank you, because I am actually accepting myself more than I did. And I know all this is about the business, and you are giving me the tools, or we're starting to get to the tools to work with to progress.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've started off with let's sort your head out, and the mindfulness, I poo-pooed it, but I didn't think it meant as much. But since doing it and thinking about it, it actually means a lot more. And so thank you for bringing that into my life.
That we've loved every minute of it. It's been brilliant. I mean, it is important, and it's so great to have you all working with us, because it's all that inner work that is overlooked, I think, so many times. And if you don't do that inner work and all the other bits that go with it, hand in hand with it to start with, your business could be suddenly flying, but then you could hit a block. And actually it's all that stuff in the inner work. So I think from starting with all that and then accelerating through to the actual getting your stuff out there, and is just a brilliant process. We love it. So I'm so glad you're happy.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think you provide that platform where, like for me, I mean, yes, I can do the cakes, but it's me that I'm selling.
Yeah.
I'm not, because a lot of people can look at things and replicate things, and that's fine, and that and that is beautiful. But a lot of the people that you're working with, what they are selling, apart from the end products that they're selling, they're actually selling themselves, because it's what comes from you. And that kind of, you brought it to the forefront for me, and I sort of joined you, not fully aware. I joined you because my friend was joining you, and I thought at the time it'd be a good idea. I didn't consciously say, yes, I've got to do that.
Yeah.
Because, as I said before, I kind of roll with things that come into my life or come my way. I pick them up and run with them, and I might do that in several different directions.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but this has been a good one. So thank you.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you for joining us. So thank you for today and sharing your fantastic cakes with everybody. I hope lots of people get in touch with you, because I know who's going to be doing my wedding cake anyway. So I best sort out the date and get it in your diary, and then get my slot booked before everybody else nicks it. Oh, I lost you then. Oh, we've gone a bit crackly rackly.
It's next year.
Yeah.
Yes, please hurry up. Yeah.
Yeah, best handed now. We might have a location issue, but then we'll just have to take you with us.
Oh, we're going to Dubai.
Maybe not Dubai, maybe Ibiza, but yeah. Yay! Even better, she says, even better. Fabulous.
Even better.
Yeah, thank you ever so much, Debbie.
My pleasure.
Again.
My pleasure.
And
no problem. Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
That's all right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.